Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. I hope you guys are all doing well out there, enjoying your Tuesday. It's a little damp over here. You know, it's been raining like crazy all day and all that, and apparently it's going to be like this for the next couple days in my neck of the woods. But hopefully you guys are staying dry, enjoying your day, enjoying your coffee. It is the morning. It's time to wake up. It's time to be a part of the world and get this thing cracking. I got an unfortunate story to talk to you guys about that, of course, has just been breaking over the past couple of days. And it's the story of this young woman by the name of NAOMI IRION. She's 18 years old, and she was recently taken. And no, not like, I don't know, maybe like Liam Neeson's Taken. I don't know. But all I know is that this young woman is no longer safe. She has been taken, and we got to find out what the hell is going on. This is a story that hasn't really seen a whole lot of light. People haven't really been talking about this. And I felt like, you know what? We need to talk about this. We need to bring awareness, and hopefully we can bring this young woman home alive and unharmed. That's what I'm hoping for. Honestly, that's what I'm hoping for. So we got to jump into this story. Don't have a lot of time to be on today, but I'm here to give you guys the news, give you guys the information, so that hopefully we can bring whoever took her to justice and, of course, bring her safe. So before we jump into all of this stuff, please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. I know. Usually I'm not on as of recently, not been on early in the morning, but hey, I'm here. We are on. So we're going to chop it up and talk about this stuff. Okay. We got to find out where is NAOMI. So please hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. That would really mean a lot. And please do not forget to crush that subscribe button. It'd be really great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. I'm working hard out here in these streets, having the necessary and the difficult conversations that need to be had out here in this world. So I appreciate all y'all who have been patient and understanding and just lending a listening ear. But this one we got to talk about. We got to bring awareness to this. I know that there are plenty of other missing people out here. We will be talking about those. But this one just fell in my lap about 15 minutes ago. No lie. I'm going to be completely transparent with y'all. And I'm just figuring it out as we speak. All right. So we have got to get into the conversation and talk about this, because the more we talk about these stories and these situations, the quicker we can find that particular person. So hopefully we'll find NAOMI IRION as quickly as we can. So I got a couple news clips. I got a couple articles as well. So we are going to get into this conversation. But this is a teenage girl, 18-year-old girl that was taken from a Walmart parking lot. And her name, I'll say it again, is NAOMI IRION. And this is what she looks like. All right, y'all. Now, has been some new developing information saying that they have found, they have surveillance footage showing that there was a person lurking around the parking lot, looking into people's cars, only to find her car and there's surveillance video showing him actually jumping into her passenger seat, and then they both drive off. Where they go, nobody knows. So like I said, we got some news clips, we got some stuff that we got to get into. So let's jump into this right quick. All right. I'm going to get into these news clips right quick so we can get a little bit of a breakdown of what's going down with this story.
And we begin with that disturbing story out of Nevada. A teen who grew up in Houston abducted from a Walmart parking lot.
18-year-old NAOMI IRION was last seen early Saturday morning outside the Walmart in Fernley, that's near Reno. She lives in Nevada with her brother, but as we said, she grew up here. Jason Miles spoke with NAOMI's sister, who continues to pray for a positive outcome.
An around-the-clock search for a Texas native continues in an area outside Reno, Nevada.
We're still looking for Naomi.
18-year-old NAOMI IRION is Tamara Cartwright's half-sister.
I constantly have pain in my chest, and I'm really trying to distract myself by doing as much as I can.
Cartwright, who still lives in the Houston area, says Naomi spent the first 13 years of her life here before traveling the world with her parents. She was living with a brother in Nevada at the time of her disappearance early last Saturday morning outside a Walmart, where a camera captured these images of her. The Lyon County, Nevada Sheriff's Office also shared these shots of a suspect walking in her direction. Not shared, according to the family in a local TV interview, is video of him forcing his way into her car.
This person did say or do something to Naomi to make her move over from the driver's side to the passenger side.
This wasn't chance. This was something that he was thinking about, and he was very suspicious looking.
Irion's four-door sedan was later found in this industrial area where it was processed, and from where authorities believe the suspect may have driven away in this dark Chevy pickup.
We have no idea where she is. She's been missing for almost a week.
Cartwright, who flew to Nevada to help in the search, believes someone may have betrayed Naomi's trusting nature.
I can't think about how it will end other than us finding my sister.
In Houston, Jason Miles.
What's wild is that we're going to hopefully see this surveillance footage of this man or this person, right? Because you never know who it could be. But we're going to be seeing that footage of this person forcing their way into this car. And I know that they say it seems like this particular person took over Naomi's trusting nature, but I don't know. I mean, if somebody comes up to you and says, "Excuse me," and you turn around and say, "Yes," I mean, that I don't know. It seems like it happened really, really fast. And this person was literally trying to find something, maybe someone or something. But you know that this person was on a mission trying to find something. And then he found that something or someone. It's really devastating, this whole situation. Now, I got this. This is kind of a 5 things you need to know, 5 facts that you need to know about this whole missing situation of Naomi IRION. And so I wanted to go through it really quick. So people are looking for Naomi IRION in Nevada. A potential kidnapping suspect was caught on surveillance video. Naomi IRION is a missing 18-year-old Nevada woman who police fear has been kidnapped from a Fernley parking lot. Now, we already saw the surveillance footage, so this might be a few days old, but the surveillance footage shows without a shadow of a doubt that this girl, this young woman, was actually abducted in the Walmart parking lot. And from my understanding, she was waiting for like a transit or a train or something like that to take her to work. I think that's why she was there so early in the morning, allegedly. But what's wild is this man was lurking, or this person was lurking around and found her sitting in her car and then took the car. So, of course, please, guys, do me a favor. Do not forget to hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. And, of course, do not forget, all right, do not forget to share this feed as well, because the more eyeballs see this story and it gets out there in the internets and all that, the more we can bring her back home. We can bring her home safe. Hopefully. She's only been gone for a little over a week now, if I'm correct. Okay. So she may have been arrested on Saturday, March 12th. Police believe she was arrested in her own car. I don't know if they meant like maybe abducted in her own car. The vehicle had been found abandoned in a parking lot on Tuesday, but Irion has yet to be identified. The Lyon County Sheriff's Office released surveillance photos showing Irion and a potential suspect on March 16th. Irion was last seen in a parking lot of a Walmart in Newlands Drive in Fernley, according to the sheriff's office. She works for Panasonic in Reno and was waiting for a shuttle. There it is, for a shuttle to take her to work, her family said. So this is allegedly the truck that I guess they transferred when they ditched the car. When they ditched her car, they took her into this truck, and this particular person who took her drives this particular truck, just so you know. So a 4-door truck, black truck. I don't know what kind of make that is. Maybe it's a Chevy. I don't know. It looks like a Chevy to me, but I could be wrong. I don't know trucks like that, guys. But there's that, okay? So the sheriff's office said in an update on Wednesday, on March 16th, that the suspect may be driving. Hey, I was kind of right. All right. A 2020 Chevy, okay? It's a 4-door pickup, all right? Forensic evidence discovered to date continues to lead Lyon County investigators to believe that Naomi's disappearance is suspicious and that the driver of that said vehicle was involved. The sheriff's office said in a statement directly to her disappearance and whereabouts, the sheriff's office said. Now, authorities said Irion is 5'11", had dyed. There's so many typos in this dang thing. Had dyed her hair black and her eyes are green. She also had a perforated septum in her nose. So she has a nose piercing. All right. She's last seen wearing a blue Panasonic t-shirt, a gray cardigan, gray pants, and brown boots. She was carrying a black purse. Suspect may be wearing a gray hoodie and blue jeans or pants. All right. So just so you guys know a little bit of the information of what's going on with her. Now, they say, number one, surveillance video shows a man walking from a nearby homeless camp and getting into Irion's driver's seat before driving, the sheriff's office said. Now, of course, we already know her car was already ditched, was discarded, and they found it somewhere else. Her family's begging for the public to help in finding Naomi. And her mother says she's such a wonderful person. She's very strong. She's very smart. She's kind and compassionate. So in an interview with American Dream Chaser on YouTube, Naomi Irion's mother, Diane, said she's a wonderful person. She's very strong. She's very smart. She's very compassionate. She's generous and giving. She is generous and giving. She is one of the most amazing young women. She's lived all over the world. And from my understanding, she lived for a long time in South Africa, which is very interesting as well. The girl's mother said there was evidence of suspicious or violent activity inside the vehicle. She said her daughter followed a routine, and someone may have planned to attack her because they knew when she was going to be in the parking lot. And that's the thing. It's weird that you could be out here doing this, and then you pull up in your own where you usually park. You're about to get into the shuttle so you can go out to Reno to work for Panasonic, so on and so forth. And there's somebody actually marking your routine, marking your schedule. That's just terrifying to think, right? Just terrifying to think of. So her mother said tearfully during her YouTube interview, hopefully law enforcement can find something, anything that can distinguish this person, this monster, from the others? What kind of person does that? So I wonder what kind of person would do this, right? What kind of monster can do that? It's evil. It's wrong. Now, this is the other thing that I found very interesting as well. And it's also in this other news clip that I want to play here in a second. But here's the other piece that I found extremely interesting. NAOMI IRION, whose father works for the U.S. State Department, recently moved to Nevada from South Africa to live with her brother for a year, her mother said. So her father works for the U.S. State Department. I found that very interesting. I'm just going to say that out loud. I found this piece to be very interesting because it makes you wonder what could possibly be the reason why she was taken, right? Could it be because of his ties, because of her own father's ties, or was she just randomly taken? Strange, right? But like I said, we got another video we got to take a look at. So let's take a look at that really quick.
For 18-year-old NAOMI IRION continues out in Fernley. Alexandra Ray has been following this from the beginning. She joins us live at the Terribles Casino where the search party gathered this weekend. Alexandra, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Ryan, like you said, a huge search party was conducted here for NAOMI starting right here just this weekend. Now, she was last seen at the Fernley Walmart parking lot, and that was more than a week ago. Now, hundreds of people did gather right in this area to help join the search party, and the Lyon County Sheriff's Office released a surveillance video of the Walmart parking lot over the weekend. The suspect in the case has been pacing on the east side of the building, and there are other cars in the video. Police are asking anyone that was in the Walmart parking lot between 4:30 and 5:30 in the morning of Saturday, March 12th, to contact the Lyon County Sheriff's Office. Irion was waiting in the Walmart parking lot for a shuttle to take her to work when it was believed the man in the video got into her car and drove away with her in it. Family members are still hoping that she's out there somewhere safe.
Every time I look at a picture of my sister, I know that she's still there.
Now, there is going to be a candlelight vigil held tomorrow at the town park here in Fernley at 7 p.m. And anyone is welcome to that and is here to support her family.
There will be a candlelight vigil. That is very true. It's right here. That's going to be happening, if I'm correct. It's supposed to be happening today. So a candlelight vigil will be held in Fernley tonight to bring awareness to the abduction of 18-year-old NAOMI IRION. Event organizers are asking anyone to bring their own candles and wear rainbow colors. The vigil will be held at the out-of-town park in Fernley starting at 7 p.m. Yeah, this is very sad, y'all. This is very, very sad. But this is what's really going on. This is the latest of someone that is missing. Trust me, there are a lot of other missing people that I will be covering here very shortly. There's the Alexis Ware situation where this young Black woman, mother, is no longer here or is still missing. We don't know where she is, but there's so many moving parts with that story. It's been very, very fascinating. So trust me, we will be talking about some other missing person cases here very, very soon. But this is what's going on right now. NAOMI has only been gone for a few weeks now. And we're going to, hopefully we can, by bringing this up, talking about this right here on this show and on many other platforms, we'll be able to find her in one piece, unharmed, hopefully. But they say that there was there was evidence of violent activity inside of the car. So God knows how she is, but I'm hoping that she is still alive. We have to wait and see, right? We talk about this. We put the words out here. We talk about it as much as we can so we can bring that person to justice for sure. So yes, so there will be a vigil for her tonight as people are coming together. People have been out there searching for her as well. They're doing everything they can to search for her and try to find out what happened to this woman. And that's the thing. It's the question of, was she literally targeted, or was it just wrong place, wrong time? That's the question that I have in my mind. That's the question that lingers in the back of my mind. Was she a target? Or was this guy just randomly trying to find anything and just happened to find her? And this happens to be a guy with bad connections. You feel me? It's very sad. It's very, very sad. But let's get into this next article. All right. And this is something that has just been that people have been talking about overnight. And now this story is coming out now. Obviously, the news, local news at least, are starting to talk about this specific thing. But I got this article from Daily Mail, so they're talking about it now too. So man suspected of abducting Nevada teen is seen lurking in Walmart parking lot moments before jumping into her passenger seat. New surveillance videos released 9 days after 18-year-old vanished and her vehicle was dumped. So let's get into this. All right. So there's new surveillance video that has been released in the case of the disappearance of an 18-year-old woman by the name of NAOMI IRION, who was abducted from a Walmart parking lot earlier this month. And I mean, this abduction happened around like 5 o'clock in the morning, y'all. Like 5 in the morning, this abduction happened. Okay. It appears that the subject may have been deliberately lying in wait for NAOMI IRION, or at the very least knew of her routine before her sudden disappearance. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, how would this guy know? How would this person know to go out of his way to go to this particular parking lot to find her in that parking lot? I'm just saying, just seems a little strange, don't you think? Out of nowhere, boom. He goes out there, and from the footage, because I got to see some of it, right? In the footage, it looks like he's going and, randomly looking in random cars. And then he finds her, gets in the car and drives off, shoves her to the passenger seat and drives off. But instead of him actually, it seems strange, don't you think? It's just strange. I saw a comment here I want to pull up. Chris E. Hello. Good morning. Thank you so much for the comment on YouTube. Says, hey, Panasonic Gossip is saying, wow, there's another missing girl from a month ago that is possibly connected to from, I guess, California. That's... Wow, he's probably okay. He's probably a Panasonic or ex-Panasonic worker that knows the shuttle schedule. Now, that would be wild if somebody who works in Panasonic or an ex-disgruntled employee just feels like taking it out on young, innocent women. That seems strange. That would be wild, like a really interesting version of Kiss the Girls or something like that. But anyway. It's a little weird, y'all. So, yes, in this article is saying, this guy could have been deliberately going after her, knowing her schedule. But you got that right. You ain't wrong right there, Chrissy. This could very well be one of those things where, hey, he may just know people's schedule and is hoping that, hey, I know that certain people will take the shuttle out to Reno for this specific job because I used to do it too. So let me just, I just feel like, I feel like doing what I want to do, right? I feel like kidnapping or abducting or whatever you want to call it, right? And so next thing you know, he knows the schedule already because he's done it before. Because in the surveillance footage, he is seen going to random cars. So she could very well be just randomly targeted. But he might already know that there's a lot of people that come in and sit in that parking lot waiting for the shuttle so that they can go work at Panasonic in Reno. So that could be it. That could very well be it. But at the same time, you add on top of that the idea that you add on top of that the idea or the added information that her dad works for the U.S. government. It just makes you wonder if there's something connected, right? At least to me, that's what I automatically wonder. He works for the U.S. State Department, so it does make you wonder, what is this? Is this a random kidnapping, or is there something else that happened here? Right? Doesn't that seem to me that's what it feels like? Like there's more to this than just what we're seeing. But I digress. Obviously, she has been missing for 9 days after she was abducted in the early hours of March 12th from a parking lot in Fernley, 30 miles east of Reno. In the search effort has now increased both in size and scope to include law enforcement agencies from local, state, and federal levels after the disturbing new footage shows the suspect pacing back and forth in the minutes before he carried out the abduction. See, this is what I'm saying. It just seems strange that if he knew who she was, I'm just going to say that. If he knew who she was, because here's a little still of the suspect chilling in the cut, chilling in the parking lot. If he knew who she was, he wouldn't go and check other cars first and then go to her car. If he knew that she was the target, he would go straight for the car, right? So maybe he just is somebody who's a serial kidnapper. I just saw somebody say that in the comments, and I love that. He could very well be this suspect, because you never know. Could be a woman too. Could very well have just known the patterns of other employees and said, hey, or just knows that people park here to use the shuttle. That could also be it too. Just straight up, strip everything down. He just may know, hey, people come here to use the shuttle. Let me see who I can catch. Because like I said, in the footage, you see him walking around. And it's almost like he's testing cars, like trying to get in these cars or something. I don't know. Or at least looking into these cars, and then bang, finds her, forces her to move over from the driver's side to the passenger side and drives off with her car. So he might not be a disgruntled or ex or current employee of Panasonic. He could literally just be a guy that just knows that this is a place where people park their car to wait for the shuttle. So let's take a look at this footage, shall we? Yeah, it's a lot of, got to do a bunch of scrubbing, unfortunately, because it gets a little. There he is at the top corner, top right corner. Here he is looking around. Thank you, Openly Avoidant, for the $2 super chat. Good morning to you too. Happy Tuesday as well. And please, guys, do not forget to hit that like button down below. Please send those likes all the way up. That would really mean a lot. And of course, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. But as you can see right here, this is the guy. This is suspect. This is the suspect. Okay. Walking down. You can see he's looking around. It looks like a dark gray hoodie. He's obviously wearing a mask on his face, but you see him walking around. It's not like he just goes deliberately for it. He is sitting there. Let me pause that. Oh, that went away. But as you can see, he's looking around. He's not just going straight for it. He looks around. He's looking around. He's lurking around. He's checking things out before he actually makes his move. So he's probably looking to see, are there people in these cars? Let me see if there's any people in these cars real quick before I attack. But it even says right here underneath this still. Footage released by the Lyon County Sheriff's Office sees the suspect pacing back and forth and essentially lying in wait for Naomi to arrive minutes later. He's just chilling in the cut. Literally, it's like he threw out his, the bobber, the fishing rod. I don't know the terms for fishing, but you know what I'm saying. He throws out his reel, throws in the bait, and he's just sitting there chilling, just to wait to see who gets caught in his hook. So he's sitting there just chilling, waiting, and then looking in every single car, and then he goes and makes his move. It's interesting, right? At times, the suspect can be seen walking directly in front of vehicles and their headlights. Large-scale searches for Naomi have been conducted over the past week by law enforcement agencies and hundreds of local citizens, but so far have turned up with no trace of the woman. So the Lyon County Major Crimes Division is now asking for help from people who have been present in the Walmart parking lot at the time of Naomi's disappearance. In the surveillance footage released late last week, she can be seen parking her car in the lot and sitting in the driver's seat while she waited for a company shuttle to take her to her job at Panasonic. Now, what's interesting is that's the other piece. Where are all the other people that were in that place waiting for the car or waiting for the shuttle to show up? You can't tell me that no one showed up. No one else didn't see nothing? So you're saying the only thing that saw anything was a surveillance camera. No one else was up at 5 o'clock in the morning on their way to Panasonic to work in Reno or any other job that they were taking the shuttle for. No one else. That's crazy. Chris E. just said something else. She got all the information today, Chris E. Thank you so much, Chris. There was a Reno woman, Anna Scott, that was found shot and burnt in her car earlier on in February. Don't know if connected. You never know. It could very well be it. Yes, Simone Abundance. Yes. What I meant is like Bates or something like that. Exactly. So thank you. I appreciate you correcting me. I wonder if someone might have seen him before this occurred. This is the question I'd like to know too, because they say that he came out of nowhere. It's almost as if, thank you, the Rick, really nice presentation. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But the thing is you got somebody who's out here walking around. You're telling me that maybe somebody has seen this guy before? Maybe he has a pattern of going out there every couple days. No one's seen him lurking around in the parking lot, just chilling in the cut, waiting to see if he finds somebody of interest that he can go and abduct. You're telling me that that's not it? You're telling me that no one's seen any strange activity by a man wearing a hoodie or not wearing a hoodie, or a person wearing a hoodie walking around in the parking lot? I mean, any person, I'm going to say this too. Any person that's walking around in the parking lot wearing a hoodie and a mask and they're just sauntering around, sauntering. This is not just them standing in one place and just staring around, smoking a cig. They are sauntering around, walking around, leisurely looking in cars and stuff like that. I'm sorry. You call the cops. Or if you feel uncomfortable, you put your car in drive and you drive to another part of, I don't know, maybe you drive yourself to work that day. I understand you're trying to save a couple bucks. I get that. But maybe drive away. Now, I don't think that Naomi saw this. I don't think she saw any of that at all. She could have been focused on her phone. She could have been taking a nap. God knows what could have happened with NAOMI IRION. We don't know. All we know is that he came up to her car, shoved her out of her driver's seat into the passenger seat, got into the car, and drove off. Now that car has been discarded. All right. Yes, I said sauntering. It's an SAT word. Now that car has been discarded, and then they transferred cars, and they were in a black Chevy 4-door pickup. That's where they last saw her, or what they suspect the suspect's car to be. You know, it's sad. The other thing I have to ask is too. This is the other piece, because I just saw somebody say Simone Abundance said something that just made me spring something else off. All right, okay. What about security? There wasn't security there, aside from the security cameras. There wasn't anybody inside the Walmart or any security standing outside the Walmart. You know, and there's always and I don't know what the Walmart hours are over there. Some places are 24 hours, and some have changed because of because of the vid and all that. So things have changed. But there's always a greeter when you walk through the front doors of that Walmart. So what about the greeters that are there inside that Walmart? Could they have seen something? Has 5-0, has the Leos, law enforcement officers, have they gone and asked those people? I'm sure they've done their due diligence, but at the same time, I'm curious. Has anybody said anything? There were other cars in that parking lot. She was not alone in that parking lot, or at least car-wise. Her car was not alone. So where were the other people? Were there any other eyewitnesses, y'all? This is the reason why I'm saying this story right now out loud, is because there's got to be someone that was there that had seen something, or maybe has seen this particular fella sauntering in the damn parking lot days before. And if you have, please speak up. And Peggy, that's a very good question. I wonder if they knew each other too. I think that's going to be a question that's going to be lingering for a long time, of why was she targeted? Why was she the one that ended up getting picked up, for lack of a better term? Why was she the one who was taken? But it seems as if she was the only person there. Use today's word is sauntering. Okay. But yes, it's very strange to me that all this has gone down, and we don't know where she is. Obviously, we don't know what has happened, but she is gone for now. Hopefully we can bring her home in one piece by talking about this. And I'll say this before I wrap up, because I told you guys it'd be a short one today, but this is the concern I have. By the people who are around, no one ever said anything so far. If there were people around, no one has stepped up and said, oh, I was there. I saw the guy jump into the car. I was a few, parking spots away from her. Or I was pulling into the parking lot and I saw the car pull off. And I get it. I get it that it's 5 o'clock in the morning. All of our brains are in a haze at that time. You know what I'm saying? We're all still waking up, rubbing the sleep out of our eyes and all that stuff. But if you look into it, and if you go back into the recesses of your mind, could you have possibly seen them drive off? Could you have possibly seen this person trying to get into the car? I'm hoping that we can find some help by talking about this. Because, this is still a very sad and devastating story that shouldn't have been told. But there are a lot of questions that are still lingering with this. Was she targeted, or was she at the wrong place at the wrong time? And that's the question. Is this because of a connection with her father? Is it because of a connection with her brother? God knows. I'm not trying to throw any shade on her brother, but you never know. You never know. What is going on here and what has caused this to be what has transpired here? And I hope we can find some answers here very, very soon. But anyway, guys. Ooh, and then Brandon Felder said something. Or did she plan a fake kidnapping? If she did, you had me. I was about to walk right out the damn door, and then you stopped me dead in my tracks, Brandon. That is a theory. I don't think that it was that, though. I don't think so. I really don't. It's too strange of a story. And then it's like, why would she do that? That I feel like it's a little far-fetched, in my personal opinion, right? It's a little far-fetched. But at the same time, weirder things have happened, y'all. Okay? Oh, and Deanna F. I live in Fernley, right around the corner from Walmart. I hope she's found safe. Thank you for covering her disappearance. Of course. Of course. You know what, Brandon? You know what? You know what? That's a very good question. But here's the thing, though. What if she was terrified? What if the guy had a weapon? What if he had a gun? Just saying. There's a lot of things you don't know. Like, there's a lot of things you won't be willing to do if you feel trapped. Yeah, if you feel trapped with a gun to your face, or if you feel trapped and you have with somebody with a weapon that just has terrified the hell out of you. Sometimes you don't think about that right off the bat when you're terrified, when you're shook like that. It's a good question. Damn good question. But he may have been holding a gun to her face saying, get in the other side of the car. In the passenger seat of the car. I lean on that he probably had a deadly weapon in his possession. That's what I think. Yeah, I'm going to say that too. Openly avoidant, depending on how much body fat you have on you, moving over to the passenger side is quite the difficult feat for the best of us. I'm going to be real. Yes. If you're a grown ass human being, period. It doesn't matter about body fat or not. It's hard, especially if there's a middle console and you got to hop over that stuff. That is hard to do. You have got to put in some work to crawl over. Real talk. But God knows what happened. God knows what happened. But he was successful in that feat. He was successful in getting her on the other side of the car pretty quickly, from my understanding. It's not like he said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll wait." "Oh, you need to crawl over? Okay, give it time." I mean, it's amazing what you can do when you're terrified out your mind. You got a gun in your face. Move. You're gonna move. You're not even gonna think about it. You're just gonna do it. So my assumption, because we don't know if he had this suspect had a weapon on him or not, but from what I would assume is that, because hey, women are strong as hell. Women are feisty and can be, man, start serving those two pieces, the ones and twos. But trust me, even the feet. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So in my mind, I'm going, okay, never underestimate a woman in a bad situation. They will beat that ass. I'm being real. And you'll be like, oh my God, you're surprisingly strong. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to this, I guarantee you he probably had some sort of weapon with him that scared the living daylights out of this woman. And he said, move, and she did. Just like that. Anyway, guys. Two-piece with a biscuit on this. Exactly, sandwich. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, by us talking about this more, bringing up the conversation, I'm hoping that we can bring more awareness to this story, because it is kind of out there, but it's kind of not at the same damn time. So please share this feed, talk about this, share the articles on Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I do have more. I got another story for you guys a little bit later on today, so be on the lookout for that. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that as well. Please do me a favor. I see over 200 souls here. Hit that like button down below. Hit it. Get it past 200 likes. That would really mean a lot to me before we leave, so we can get this out here, get this story out here, so people know about where NAOMI IRION, where we can find her, and bring awareness to this. Okay, let's bring her home as quickly as we can. Okay, so hit that like button. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. And for those of y'all who are listening to the to the podcast, I do appreciate all y'all for listening and all that. Be sure to download this and share as much as possible as well. Ooh, I got a new member, Openly Avoidant. Thank you so much for becoming a family member. Shameless plug. Please go and hit that join button down below, or you can join my Patreon. I got a lot of behind the scenes footage of this new build out that I'm doing for a studio. We're about to go live with in-person interviews and conversations and all that. It's going to be insanely dope. So I appreciate you becoming a member and helping a brother out, okay? Because it's hard out here in these streets. You feel me? But anyway, guys, it's time to get going. I appreciate all y'all. I will see you guys very, very soon. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. Do not forget to hit that notification bell, because the YouTube's been wilding out lately. So hit that notification bell so you know anytime I go live, post anything new, you get the notification. Okay, guys? But anyway, guys, I love all y'all. I appreciate you guys giving me the time to talk about this particular story. I got another one for that ass later on this afternoon, so tune in. I appreciate all y'all. You guys are incredible. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next show. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
You're going to perform tonight. I can't make this interview boring, because this man is too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is going to leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. For more information, call us now.